Hi, welcome back to Garden of the Moors. It's August now and it's time for our next garden tour. Let's go take a look around. Cool, so I'll start off in the patio area. We've got this lovely pale Nymphophea here, sending up a new flower spike. Another one actually down there. This white rose with pink tint to it. The chocolate cosmos has done really well. This we planted last year, but has come back this year and smells brilliant when the flowers are out. Just behind that, we've got this crocosmia. And then the foxgloves that I sowed earlier in the year are doing brilliantly. The fig trees are outside getting some sunshine on their leaves, feeling the warmth. And then just if we pan around, the herbs there are doing quite nicely. But the greenhouse has changed quite a lot. So if I just start at this end, we've got the onions that are dried, ready for pickling. These are the little silver skin ones. That's on my list of jobs to do. In here are some cuttings I took, some softwood cuttings of the different lobelias I have, and a couple of rosemaries there. We'll take a look at the lobelias. We'll take a look at those lobelias in a second because they're flowering now, which looks really nice. Hopefully they've rooted or will root, and then we'll have loads of new plants. But the tomatoes are doing brilliantly. We don't have any ripe fruit yet. Like I said before, they're a little bit behind, but we've got lots coming. These are some cherry tomatoes called Sun Gold. And I've got my Italian ones down there, the Pomodoro or something. Pomodoro. I can't remember what they are now. Pomodoro. Doing nicely. And it's just a bit of a tomato jungle in here, to be honest. Loads growing, which is really exciting. But amazingly, I've got peppers. So this is a sweet pepper. I'm going to wait for it to try and ripen and see what colour it goes. But as you can see, there's loads in the background coming on as well, which is brilliant. I've never had any luck with sweet peppers before, so that's really exciting. More tomatoes here. These are saved seed golden sunrise. I did have some nice fruits coming on back there, I think. There we are. I think there's some more around. But they're doing nicely and I can't wait for them to ripen up and hopefully they'll come true. Penny's having a bit of a mare. And then just next to them, I've got all of these padron peppers, which have done brilliant. Oh, I think someone's been scaring the chickens. Not doing anything mean, he just likes to see what they're up to. And then they turn around and he's there, like, hello! And they get spooked. But they'll be fine. More peppers under there. So I've got those ones I just showed you here. And then just swinging around. There's some at the back, down there. Some at the side here. We went to Seville recently for just a little getaway. And had the real tapas padron peppers, which were delicious. I'm glad we got some here as well to remind us of that. And then I have the midnight snack tomatoes just behind. They're also doing really nicely. And yeah, I mean, look at it. It's a proper little jungle, isn't it? You know, doing really well. Can't wait for it all to ripen. We'll have a bit of a glut, but I'm not complaining about that. I'm sure we'll figure out a way to use up all these lovely fresh tomatoes. Here's the rhubarb. It wasn't very happy, I think, last time you saw it, but it's just gone crazy. I've been giving it loads of love and attention, giving it lots of water. I put some poop and stuff from the chickens around it and it's just absolutely gone crazy. So hopefully it will build up its energy and next spring it will be lovely and we can harvest it then. I think what they say is you shouldn't really harvest it after midsummer, just so that it can, build up its strength for winter. And then just to the side, behind the dog, we've got our Katie apple tree. Look at the fruit coming on. I mean, these are the first apples I've ever grown, so I'm really excited. Beautiful. Quite a few on there. And the tree's doing okay. It had a bit of attack from aphids, but I just left them to it because I don't really want to be using chemicals. And actually they've recovered perfectly fine. It's put on all of this new growth, even with the aphids. And as I don't know if you can see, but there's hoverflies and things and wasps popping around eating the aphids now, as well as the sparrows. So I think they've been keeping on top of it and they've absolutely recovered perfectly fine. So I'm guessing it was probably around there, around this sort of area, that was the end of last year's growth, and then all of this looks quite fresh. So it's doing really well, and it's branching out a bit, which is nice, especially around here. So this is its second year here, and that's why I've let it grow some fruit. But yeah, look at the lovely colour of that. I hope they taste as good as they look when they're full grown. Just next to the apple tree, we've got our wildflower area, which is doing brilliantly. It's full of grasshoppers, butterflies and moths coming in. I've got a more detailed video on it. I think it was last week's video. So if you want to see a bit more about how we achieved this and what we've done to get it like this, it really wasn't a lot, but it may be of interest to you, then you can check it out there. And there's a few bees and things popping around here, if you can see them. But we've had all sorts. So this is doing really well. And then just behind, if I go, we've got our raspberries. These are the summer fruiting variety. So they've finished for the year now, although there is one little fruit there. So they're just growing up for next year now, which is fine. The sweet peas have come on lovely. They were supposed to be Gwendolyn, which look a bit like this. I mean, even that's not that much like a Gwendolyn. It's got a lot of pink on it. Most of them is purple colour, but do you know what? They actually look really nice, and they smell brilliantly. They've been a great cut flower, so I'm not complaining too much. So there's my sweet peas. Just to the side, we've got some monarda and crocosmia, which is doing brilliantly. The foxtail lily's finished, and the pear is pretty happy. So here is the flower bed. It's doing amazingly well. I won't go through every single flower because we've got quite a few to go at the minute. What I'll do is just get some close-ups of some of my favourites for you. So I think it's absolutely stunning at the minute. This is, again, its second year. So this was, I guess, like a bit of a waste ground for the last people, and where they would have their bonfires. If you would like to know any of the flowers, then just put a comment below, and I'm more than happy to tell you what they are. It's just that we've got so much, and you know, I don't want to go through every single one and bore you. So, well, hopefully not bore you, but you know, overdo it. So yeah, and then the lobelias, I will just mention those. These ones here. So that's what the cuttings are. So I've got this dark purple one, I've got a scarlet one back there, and a really nice rose pink one over there. And that's what those cuttings are that I showed you in the greenhouse. Here's our veg patch in August. So the peas have gone, they're absolutely delicious, but they've all finished now. I've got this space here which I'm going to try and get something from the garden centre. I haven't got any seeds ready to go in there, so I'm thinking of popping down to the garden centre and getting some vegetables there, maybe some more leeks, or we'll see what they've got. I've got my Romanesco broccolis here, which are doing beautifully. I'll just see if I can get in. They don't really look like Romanescos, they look more like just normal Calabres, but I like Calabres, so that's absolutely fine. I'm sure they'll be lovely whatever they are. Then we have the Swedes there, carrots, which we've been starting to harvest next to these Northern Light leeks. I'll see if I can get a nice angle because they are actually really pretty, because they've got this like bronze purple edge to the leaves and then the lovely green in the centre. But these are doing absolutely brilliantly. Really happy with them. And I've got some more carrots, some successional sowings of carrots, and then again more carrots just to the left. And then the courgettes are doing brilliantly. I did actually spot a monster one down here, which I must have missed back along. Whoops. We're slightly overrun with courgettes at the minute, but that's fine. Oh yeah, good job bees, keep doing your work. We were, like I said before, we went away to Seville for a long weekend and came back, and it was just crazy the amount of courgettes we had. So we've been saving them and giving them out to everyone we can see. But yeah, just put them in everything we eat. So they're doing absolutely brilliantly. So there's the courgette patch and the rest of the veggies. Here are some of our onions drying off. So we've got a lovely mix of reds and whites, and they're all drying away nicely. The sun does come around here in the afternoon, so they're getting nicely crisped up. No fruit on it, but this apple tree is also doing really nicely. I showed you earlier, it had those earlier in the year. It sort of split into 5 and making a nice crown. Well, I'll show you the update. Doing really nicely. Really happy with that shape it's going to make. So yeah, looking forward to hopefully having some. This is a cooking apple, a local variety from Foy called Captain Broad. I might have shown you before this plum tree. Well, I did take out there's a big branch coming up here, which is sort of throwing it off balance a bit. I've taken that out, and I'm really happy with the shape now. We also have kind of a plum. It's not the most appetizing looking plum I've ever seen in my life, but it's a good sign, I guess, that it's still happy, and you know, hopefully we'll get some decent fruit off of it soon in the next coming years. So yeah, this is our unknown plum tree. There we are. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give a big thumbs up and subscribe for more, and we'll see you again next time. Cheers.